Welcome all to tonight's podcast where we are celebrating our 10th episode of the Music 135 playlist brought to you by the West Network. To mark this being our 10th episode, we wanted to do something special, so we thought up an idea of a special top 3 where we dedicate the hour to some of our most favourite musicians or music genres of all time, picking our top 3 songs from that artist or band. Then we'll take a vote on each round of who we thought had the best pick. And so tonight, we are dedicating the hour to Fleetwood Mac.
Ooh.
Fleetwood Mac, who I'm sure needs no introduction, have a long and foundational history in the music industry. The album Rumours, one of the best-selling albums in music history, generating 10 top singles from that one album and selling over 170 million copies in the US alone.
Wow, awesome.
And so to help us out with our episode tonight, we have our very own Fleetwood Mac specialist, Karamea, all the way from Runaway Heights.
Yep.
Our host, Cynthia.
Hello.
And of course, myself.
And our girl Linda couldn't be with us tonight as she's at a tangi, so love to you and your family at this time, Linda. Heights. Runaway Heights.
When you get over the tracks, got to go
I
up in
think
first
I've
gear.
heard of Runaway Heights, yeah.
Well, you're from Runaway Bronx, that's why.
Okay, yeah.
Special passport to get up to the Heights.
Yeah. So, Kara, you're an OG of Runaway and you're still in Runaway. Not Heights, but still in Runaway. And she is also, Pani forgot to mention that she's the biggest radio hogger when it comes to playing music at catch-up drinks.
Well,
Yeah.
not
And,
my
and
fault. I got the
it's
best
always
songs.
Fleetwood Mac.
And it's
too.
always
Fleetwood Mac.
Everyone knows that she's either playing one of the Fleetwood Mac songs. So, we did get the best, didn't we?
Yeah.
yeah.
You're the most qualified. Stevie Nickers.
She's got a certificate of Fleetwood Mac.
She's got her masters.
Yeah. And we recently, how long is recently?
About 2 years ago?
I'm sorry, it was 2 years ago. Was it?
Can't have been last
Wasn't
year.
it
It was last year.
Was it last year?
You
We
went
went
to 2.
to-
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
the latest one
Yeah.
with you guys.
That was the best.
Oh,
That was amazing.
I have to say,
Seeing
that
them
was one
live
of the
is
best
something else.
concerts ever.
Yeah.
So what was the highlights? One of the highlights from the concert?
Just Stevie Nicks coming out, eh?
Yeah.
And then,
Stevie
playing
Nixon.
oh, sorry, Stevie Nicks.
It's Freda
I'm
podcast
sorry,
out
I've
now.
had too much to drink tonight. Yeah,
Chains
just her
coming
in.
on and the lights in the back and you
the
just knowing
band.
that they're
Oh my God, the
They're
band's
right there.
amazing.
so close.
Oh, jealous.
So close. Yeah.
We were right in front too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And just saying I got a little bit further in front just by dancing along.
Oh my, no, she wasn't dancing along. We turned around and she's pushed her
Pushing.
way through to the front.
Hey.
As she does. And then we went looking for her, right? And she's I don't know how she got in there, but she's in the VIP area. Having a wine.
They recognised me.
Oh,
They said,
right.
there she is.
Okay.
Come in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
And I came
That's so cool.
with a unicorn bump and all to the head. Yeah.
Yeah. This happens.
Kind of knocked myself out earlier in the day with excitement. Came out with this massive bump at the top of my head. I was thinking, okay, I would go. And they were like, you look great, honestly. You look fantastic. And then I go to press because what the hell was on your head? Yeah.
When was the first time you heard Fleetwood Mac song?
Oh, I would have to say it wasn't actually Fleetwood Mac that I heard. I heard other artists doing covers of their songs, unbeknownst to me that they were doing covers of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
So I think the first song that I ever really heard was Songbird,
Yeah.
you know, when Eva Cassidy sang it. And then in 98 when the Cause did the cover of Dreams.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and I thought that
Oh.
they had always sung it, and so I would listen to it over and over again. And you know, back then you couldn't listen to, type in YouTube for the songs. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. And then I was actually thinking about this, about, how did I fall in love with dreams? And I think it was actually your sister Anne.
Yeah, Anza.
Yeah, I think she was the one who played it, but
because she was, it was the
version.
What's that album? The one with "Tell Me Lies, Tell Me
Mirage?
Sweet Little Lies,"
Or the greatest hits. The Motor
something
Band.
like that. She used to was that song and another one that I remember.
Yeah,
She was always playing this.
that song, and I never knew that anyone else sang it apart from the chorus, and that's why I fell in love with it. But yeah, it was always different artists doing covers of Fleetwood Mac songs, not knowing. But I've always loved Stevie Nicks.
Yeah,
I loved her sultry voice, Stevie Nicks. Bette Midler back in the day.
Yeah.
And being around Mum, she always played old school. She collected vinyls.
Yeah.
So she was always playing records of like Bread and
Bread.
Eagles and Mums and the Papas.
Yeah.
So
Eagles.
growing up with that music, it was just, I think, a given to listen to Fleetwood Mac and just their songs. You can't, no one can write beautiful songs the way that they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
It's funny because when I used to hear the songs, I always thought they were gypsies. And then I heard the song Gypsy. And I went, see, they are. They're gypsies.
A lot of
And the
people
way
say that.
Stevie dresses too.
Yeah.
Like,
It was almost like an old English thingy. Like, how those, I don't know, am I wrong? Like, how they wear those tight things and...
Like lace and leather.
Yeah.
was she into witchcraft and stuff like that?
A lot of
Because
people
it kind of come across like that sometimes.
Thought as much just because of the songs that she
Yeah,
wrote.
yeah.
But it was actually the personalities or the different
people.
that came into her life.
Yeah.
Like one of her biggest influences was Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
And she danced like that. I guess it was just the era of the late 60s, 70s that, they just dressed that way and everyone behaved that way, and drugs was very prominent in their lives.
Oh,
and
yes.
so, all airy-fairy.
Yeah.
So, everyone put it down to drugs, which they did. The band did,
Yeah.
did take drugs quite heavily.
Yeah.
But
And
no, I think everyone just, shared. A lot of
Shared
sharing.
each other.
Sharing.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How about you? When did you guys?
I actually can't remember. Because someone's just taken over all my memories of when I've heard it, because she just plays it constantly.
Yeah.
I know. So now I can't, it's
Can't picture anyone else saying.
Just rolls
So now
over
when I
one
hear
day.
it, all I see is Kara
Yeah.
and her just taking over and not giving us a turn. So, sorry, excuse me.
My house, my radio. Is that how it goes?
No. No, sorry.
Where was I? I think I remember the first memory is watching the video to Little Lies. Is that what it's
Oh,
called?
wow.
Yeah, I think that's one of the
On one of the countdown things, or it was just like on one of the music channels. And I was like, not too little of a kid, but still a kid, and that's the first song I remember of theirs.
Yeah, Little Lies. Love that song.
Yeah. Great.
I know. So, do you guys have any goss on Fleetwood Mac? Besides the general stuff, like we all know they had affairs and stuff like that.
Well, I did, but I don't know the details.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you, Kara?
Well, I guess because they were together, day in, day out.
Yeah.
But, with Fleetwood Mac, they started way back in England in the late 60s. There was only 3 of them. And then they needed to, when they realised, hey, we've got something going, so they found other artists to come in. The one who founded it was Peter Green. So Peter Green founded it.
The guitar man, he's the guitarist.
Yeah, he recently passed away. So this year he passed away, but he was only in the band for a short while.
In the beginning.
Yeah, right at the beginning. So it was him, Meet Fleetwood, and John McVie. And then they brought Spencer in and another guy, Kerwin, in. So you had the 3 guitarists. And then Peter Green went on a massive LSD trip. So when he went to San Francisco on a massive LSD trip and left, just departed the band. But he was the actual one who named the band.
Yeah.
Out of courtesy to Fleetwood, Mick Fleetwood and John McVie, just put their names together, and that's how he came up with Fleetwood Mac. So he left, and then Spencer left. The funny thing was Spencer, he just went out one day to get a newspaper. He was, at the hotel doing recording sessions, went out to get a newspaper, never came back, and they found out he was in the like a Christian cult type
Oh
set.
my gosh.
So he left, and then Kerwin was the last guy. He actually got fired from the band, so they had to find someone else. So they they heard about Lindsay Buckingham and Stevie Nicks because they were together
Yeah.
at the time. And Buckingham said, I'll only do it if Nicks comes on board. But Christine McVie she was Christine Perfect then, had come on before those two. So she's the longest reigning woman to be in the band.
Was she married?
John McVie. Yeah. So they got married. But yeah, I mean, when they brought Stevie Nicks in, I guess the whole dynamic of the group, in my perspective, changed. You know, they were doing a lot of folklore music, and she brought a kind of like bit more
Magical,
upbeat.
airy, fairy kind of
The real
ghostly
sultry
magic.
and seductiveness, and like the way she writes her songs is always from personal experiences or people that she knows. But yeah, she had a great relationship with Prince. So so when she wrote her song Stand Back, she actually sent it to Prince and said, hey, what do you think about this song? You know, do you think it's a great hit? Could you help me with it? Well, within the hour he popped over, walked over to the synthesizer, listened to the song lyrics again and just played. So, but she was inspired by one of his songs, so that's why she asked him. And that song that she was inspired by was Little Red Corvette. So if you listen to Little Red Corvette and Stand Back, they're similar, but the likeness is very, and the synthesizer on that Stand Back is Prince.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, so they've had that great relationship, and Prince actually wanted Stevie Nicks to write the lyrics to Purple Rain.
Oh, cool.
But she was petrified. She said that he sent it to her, the instrumental, and said, can you pen the lyrics to it?
I could see her singing Purple Rain.
And she said that she listened to it, was just blown away, which scared her, you know, because here she is, she's writing her own songs, had massive hits, but she didn't think she could do that, so she said no, and yeah, that was Purple Rain. So yeah, a lot of interesting things apart from, you know, what they've done solo wise and with the group. Just
you know, I thought Stevie Nicks would have been like the most successful out of the group, you know, when they all went into their own things, eh?
Yeah.
But I was reading the other day somewhere that it was actually Lindsay, because he's worth 80 million or something.
Yeah.
I think it's because he plays a lot of gets the melodies and the chords for different songs. Where Stevie Nicks, and so he does it for other people, where she does it predominantly just for herself. And so, but out of them, Christine McVie's actually the strongest songwriter out of all of them in the group. So she's written many a successful songs. And everyone thinks, well, Stevie Nicks was the one who wrote all the best songs.
Because she's the most unique image and voice, eh?
So when you think of Fleetwood Mac, a lot of people think, of course, Stevie Nicks and Mick Fleetwood. Everyone else just seems to stand in the background.
That's how I looked at it.
Oh, yeah. And that was me too.
So I didn't even know, what's her name? Christine
McVie
existed until we went to the concert, and then one of the songs she sang, I went, oh my God, she sings this. Wow, that was
and that's just that they know how to, you know how artists seem to just have a certain time and then fade out. They just seem to know how to reinvent themselves. And you know, just and not so much go with what's happening now.
They still stick to their
genre
true self kind of thing.
And it just it just goes off, and it's not just young, you know, the oldies or the ones that grew up with them. It just resonates with a lot of people. I
mean, like how that Dreams is blowing up now because of social media.
Exactly.
You kind of hate that, but it's cool, but you hate that at the same time.
Well, speaking of that, we did a survey on our 135 Instagram page, and of course, it was Dreams. Everyone was
Yeah.
And whether they probably don't even know any other songs of Fleetwood Mac but Dreams, and they probably don't even know who sings Dreams.
But let's hope,
to be honest,
knowing Dreams, that they then go back and start, hey,
going
who's this
through the
band?
music.
And then start liking it. I mean,
Yeah.
my daughters and my nieces have done that.
Yeah.
They used to hate me playing Dreams.
Yeah.
Over and I'm going, oh, not the song again.
I
Now
know
I
that
hear.
feeling. Yeah.
we can relate.
But now you love it, right?
Yeah.
We didn't say that. No.
And now they know other songs. They're like, oh, they're the ones who sing Gypsy, or
Yeah.
you know that they sang Songbird first. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, I don't say, oh yeah, I know. I'm like, hey, you know.
Yeah, because
so I keep them interested.
I was.
Yeah.
It was interesting because when we did the wedding podcast Six Pack, and Linda chose Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
the
wow.
what was it?
Songbird.
Songbird.
Oh, wow.
I had chose the what's her
Eva
name?
Cassidy.
Eva Cassidy
Yeah,
version.
and I had no idea it was Fleetwood Mac
Oh, wow.
who.
And
did
then I
this-
chose the
originals.
Naya Rivera version.
Shush.
Yeah, we did mention
At
you.
that time, I think it kind of, you know, she just passed away. So I felt for the girl. But you're
It
right.
was. You know what? I knew that. When we played it in the car that night, I knew it was because she had just passed away, so she was feeling sorry for
I
her.
was.
And we were
know.
going, yeah, but no. I'm sorry.
And being a Fleetwood Mac fan, I love Christine McVie singing it, but Eva can't beat Eva Cassidy's version, eh?
No.
You know?
It's her harmonies.
It's
and-
just-
And how high it is too.
Yeah.
And just her voice. And
it's sad that song actually came out a few years after she passed.
Yeah.
So
did mention
I don't know
that.
if she
That's
ever
so sad.
realised just how she actually, I mean, she brought it Fleetwood Mac to me,
Yeah.
you know, so, you know, what
Well, I
had
thought
done.
she was the original singer. I didn't really look into it until Linda brought it up that night. And I went, hey, Fleetwood Mac, shit.
Yeah.
That's
So they always
amazing.
sing, they always sing that Songbird at the end of, especially at the Rumours tour.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
will sing that one at the end.
To seal the deal.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll have Christine McVie on her piano, just her, which is lovely
Yeah.
because she always seems to just be playing
At
the
the back,
piano,
yeah.
doing the backing, and then when she is singing, she doesn't come to the front. She's still behind her piano.
Yeah.
So it's great, you know. It's
Yeah.
a good finish to have
Yeah.
the spotlight on her.
Yeah.
And
It was really nice
yeah.
to see. And when she sang, I can't remember what song that she sang,
Yeah.
but I thought, man, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
How I
Yeah.
didn't even have a clue it was her.
And all their voices balance each other.
I
eh?
know.
You got,
Yeah.
you know, Christine McVie's quite high,
Yeah.
and you know Stevie Nicks, of
I
course.
did read though that there have been 17 members
Oh
throughout
yes,
the years of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
17.
all come and go.
I know.
Breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because like
Filling
Stevie
up.
Nicks will go and do her solo career, and then
Yeah.
Christine McVie actually left because she ended up being afraid of flying. So that kind of halted.
Oh, that would have been me.
You know, I can't do planes no more.
Yeah.
What only brought her back so she could tour the band again is that she went and saw a therapist, and she was bored. She said she became bored. You know, she had built her house, she had done what she wanted to do. So if she could overcome her fear of flying,
Yeah.
then maybe coming back with the band would, you know, help with her boredom, and it did. And it's great to. I mean, that's the band you want to see.
It's
Yeah.
the originals.
The original.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to see the.
Fill-ins.
Yeah. I mean, we've got. Have you ever been to the cover bands?
No,
No.
we were meant. I think we were meant to come one time.
Yeah.
but you've been like two or
I've been
three
a couple of times.
And
I just close my eyes. They sing the song. Yeah.
So then it's not good.
I mean, they do a great impersonation of it.
Yeah.
I, you know, can't fault them on that. But I don't know. I guess if you know, it's like going
It's
to
just
watch
not the
Michael
same.
Jackson and seeing.
An impersonator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they sing all the songs, all the
It'll
hits.
still be fun though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you love the music, you're still
Yeah.
dancing away and
Yeah.
you're having
Yeah.
an awesome time. But when you want to go into an actual concert,
yeah,
you want to see Lindy.
You don't have that thrill.
Yeah. Yeah.
like they're just walking out. You're just like,
Yeah.
wow.
And she's so tiny, Stevie
I know,
Nicks. eh?
she is.
That powerful voice and that
Yeah.
tiny body.
Who was the guy in the white hair who does all the
Drumming?
percussions and stuff?
Oh, the percussion, that would have been John McVie.
Oh, okay.
He does most of the percussion. He's a guitarist and all that too.
Yeah,
But the drummer
he was the
is
one next to
Mick-
her
Yeah,
that night.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That would be because they were the main. Or they got other people that fill in. I was too busy just giving Stevie contact saying, "Remember me?"
No, because
And did she
pushed
wear like
way
her
through.
long lacy?
Oh,
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
You know, she reminds me of, remember the science teacher at Waitak?
yes.
Hey, she just had that
know.
long hair,
Yeah.
and she used to wear those
Yeah.
velvet clothing. And,
But you can see, like, in the generation that would have been Fleetwood Mac, because they still dress like that, like, but they still wear their hair the same.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, and I guess West Side has that.
Yeah.
You know about it, eh? That we are like that. We wear the velvet clothing
Yeah,
and the lace
laces
and
and
leather and all
leather.
that. But, yeah.
So did Stevie and what's his name, Lindsay, come later on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
And Fleetwood
'74.
Mac.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
were pretty much, well, the ones that are still in the band now. They were
Yeah.
the last ones to join
Oh,
in. So
interesting.
John McVie, Mick Fleetwood stayed.
Yeah.
Then they grabbed Christine McVie
Yeah.
because they need a vocalist, and then they grabbed Lindsay Buckingham because they heard about him because they need another guitarist.
Yeah.
And he's the one who said, "Well, I'll only come because
If Stevie comes.
if Stevie
So her,
comes."
her and Lindsay never got married, did they?
No,
Because I did. I watched the
Didn't
interview.
she? Wasn't she with Lindsay and then had a relationship with McVie?
she had a relationship with McVie issue and with Mick Fleetwood.
Oh,
While
so-
Mick Fleetwood was still
Oh, and
married.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I thought he
that,
was
there's a
three.
song written about that whole
Yeah.
thing. A lot of
Yeah.
their songs are written about.
So who was the
Yeah.
one she was on and off with all the time?
Would have been Lindsay Buckingham.
Oh,
That was
okay.
their
Because
first
I
relationship.
did watch an interview and she mentioned
Yeah.
before Rumours album came out. Yeah. I turned around and I said to him, "No,
Yeah.
it's finished now.
Yeah.
All this back and forth,
Yeah.
it's done."
Because she
Wasn't
did get
it
married.
Dreams when they were all going through all their
Oh, yeah.
divorces
Dreams,
and separations,
Gypsy,
all of them?
Songbird. Pretty much the Rumours album.
Yeah.
That Rumours album.
That's my favourite album
Yeah.
of theirs.
And the greatest hits is another great because that's just got a
got
compilation
everything.
of
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From
So yeah, during that '77 Rumours album, yeah, everyone. I mean, but they were like Stevie was saying, they just went too famous too fast. So and drugs took a lot of it. I mean, they were saying that her and Christine McVie went out to get specialised bottles they can put their cocaine in, like little bottles, and they got these little Coke bottles that had been decorated that they would wear around their necks, just so
That looks even more gypsy now.
Yeah, well, that was just
You
I
can
guess
see why.
Yeah, but their career has lasted so long.
Yeah.
That name, though, apparently they had a dodgy manager. Something fell through when they were on a concert, so it finished. And then the dodgy manager tried to get a fake band
Oh wow!
and tried to
What?
take the name Fleetwood Mac, and Fleetwood Mac took them to court and won it.
Of course, I mean, how
No
can
one
you
would
create?
listen to that fake one.
Oh, hell no. Especially if the concert's on. Halfway through, I was thinking,
Go and see Stevie Nicks and you get Stevie Nickers.
oh no, Stevie Nixon.
Nixon.
Hello.
We'll get all versions of Stevie.
I love it.
Aye.
Yeah.
Stevie
I think my version's
Snickers.
better.
Yeah, Stevie Snickers.
But I wondered, because I was thinking, okay, if, all I know, the info I had about her was that she had an affair with guys within the band.
Yeah,
However, I went searching to see if she got married.
yeah.
And then I found out that she had a best friend called Robin, who was diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
then-
who Gypsies
So, yeah, written
dedicated
about.
to.
Yeah, and then Robin passed away, and her husband Kim found out that she was expecting.
Yes.
So Robin's
Yes.
son Matthew was born just days before she had passed away. Then 3 months later, Stevie was like so, and she was
Heartbroken.
Yeah, and she asked Robin's husband Kim to marry her.
Yeah, because that was the only other person that
Yeah.
understood the way she felt, with all the grief. Yeah, but that didn't last long.
No, they got married, and then 3 months later they divorced.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
And she
They are
hasn't
married.
seen them ever since.
What?
Haven't
Really?
seen Kim or the baby ever since. She thought, her and Robin have been best friends since she was 15. So, and Robin came on tour with them for about 5 years as her speech therapist of all things.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. How could you ever think Stevie Nicks needed a speech therapist? But and
I'd be
management.
surprised, eh?
Yeah.
Singing is totally different too.
So she just idolised Robin, you know, best friends, and then she was in awe of her because she's the only person who's going through leukemia and then have a baby. So she's ending her life but bringing new life in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why she thought, hey, and everyone was against it, her marrying Kim Anderson.
of course they were.
Yeah. So that's how she wrote Stand Back. When she married Kim Anderson, they went away on their honeymoon, and
And
that's
she
when
said,
heard-
"Stand back."
Yeah.
I don't want this.
She just penned it that night after hearing Prince's song come on the radio as they were driving off on their honeymoon.
Wow.
So in the end, that's
Look at
how.
this bloody guru.
So, like, if this, our
Holy.
specialist.
Yeah, specialist from
who's-
Aranui.
Who's the father of the daughter in the Dixie Chicks then?
Mamas and the Papas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah.
No, am I thinking of Wilson Phillips? I know one of them are Mamas and the Papas.
Wilson Phillips is Mamas and Papas.
Yeah.
Who's her baby daddy?
Isn't it? I thought of someone from the Eagles. I don't know about if anyone else. Maybe I know.
We'll have to Google that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Stevie did say she always said to herself she'll never marry, never have kids, because she just wanted to work on her music. And
She was
couldn't get
pregnant
in.
once.
Was she?
Yeah, to Don Henley.
Is it the
The
what's
singer
it?
you like that sings with who does
The
Leather
Beach
and Lace
Boys?
with
No.
her? That sings Leather and Lace. with her.
Oh.
So they had a relationship. She got pregnant to him, and he was saying, and then that's where the song Sarah came from, because they had talked about it. If baby was going to be a girl, they'll name it Sarah. She said it's kind of it was like that, but it was actually another Sarah in her life, which was Mick Fleetwood's wife. So that's what when she was having an affair with Mick Fleetwood, she wrote that song Sarah, some parts of it about her.
Wow.
So yeah, but she unfortunately terminated that baby. But that was from someone in the Eagles said that to the newspaper. So she doesn't really
Lovely.
mention
Talk
it.
about it.
Talk about it, not at all. Not at all.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of things that they've done, but people still love them.
Oh,
The drugs, people still love them. You know, they've had.
That's probably
good
part of
songs.
why people fall in love with them too, is because of that.
They're real.
They're real.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, doesn't their song, when you play it, just something resonates with you, and just, you just feel like,
absolutely.
oh my gosh.
And my number one song does that.
Does it? Yeah, my
Yeah.
number two. No.
Oh, we're going to go there
Yeah,
now.
my
My
number
number
two.
Are we
one
going
song,
there?
because I win every time.
Yeah?
And I will win again
Okay.
tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, my song does that. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we started with our number 3. So we're doing our 6-pack now. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so who was first?
I think it was you.
Oh, yeah.
No, it
you.
was Pan.
Puns.
Oh, my number 3. Oh, yes.
Oh, this is,
Should be good.
My number 3 was Gypsy.
yeah.
Oh.